every single day, despite your best intentions, somebody's going to perceive something different, because no two people, and this comes from Otera 2011, no two people experience and interpret their sensations, events, or even their own feelings the same way. They don't. I mean, I could take somebody through a hard workout. Somebody else thinks it's easy. I could take somebody to a great Mexican restaurant. To somebody else, it's not authentic. Somebody can have wonderful farm to table food served in the highest quality atmosphere, and somebody's not going to like that restaurant. Conversely, somebody could go to a hole in the wall grease pit with horrible food, barely passing sanitary practices, and they're going to think it's the best thing ever. Maybe because their dad took them there as a kid. Maybe that's where they met their wife. That's the bottom line. And so what this conversation was about is how truly objective perception is not just difficult, but as the research points to, nearly impossible. So when I asked this individual, given your craving for objectivity, and the fact that when it comes to human relations and interaction, it's just not possible, what then? And we went on to have a productive conversation, and eventually he had a realization, and he said, listen, here's why I crave it. I got fired from my job, and I am tired of having to prove my worth again and again and again and prove my value. And so within that, he started saying, like, to be able to have something that he could take to an employer that says, look, I scored this, I accomplished this. And that employer to interpret it as, okay, wow, I really have somebody good here. That's just not realistic. I mean, even if it was purely objective, it's still subjective in the minds of the employer. And I want you to just, all this terminology, I want to pause for a moment. I just want you to think about that. Look around your room. Look around your house. Look at what you're wearing. What does it say about the things that you value? Your perception of those brands, your perception of the experiences that you seek out on vacations. What does that say about you? And do you think that everybody else likes that? Of course not. That's why there's so many choices for people in the world. And really, we owe a tremendous amount to a gentleman named Wilhelm Wundt, who in 1879 was the first to study this. And when we think about perception, even though we can't control it, we are able to influence it the more that we understand it. And that's what a better understanding of not only perception, but communication does. One soundbite that I really want you guys to take with you from this episode is this: all human interaction, no matter what field you're in, no matter what position you're in, no matter what stage of life you're in, starts from a place of misunderstanding. That's the baseline. We cannot read each other's minds. People don't just inherently know somebody means well or wants the best for them or wants to help them. We don't know. Every interaction starts from a place of misunderstanding. So communication is a necessary tool to help bridge that gap. If I get bumped into, which I did the other day at the supermarket, and I turn around and that person doesn't say sorry, I don't know if that was intentional or not. And I've got to figure that out. I've got to reconcile that. When we used to when our ancestors, our earliest ancestors would traverse, right, hunters and gatherers, and they saw another tribe, they didn't inherently know if they're going to try to kill them. Are they going to collaborate? Or are they going to compete? Are we going to band together, or are they going to try to kill us? We don't know until we've communicated and interacted, until we've asked that question: how might I be coming across? How might this be interpreted? And it's not enough to ask that question. You've got to have those interactions.